This is something that literally anyone can do. It doesn't matter where you are in the world, your age, your experience, you can literally do this. We are going to show you how you can use BookBolt to create low content books to sell on places like Amazon KDP, Etsy, wherever you want to start bringing in hundreds and even thousands per month, depending on how successful you are with this. Now, before I go any further, I just want to take the time to introduce myself for anyone new here. My name is Kendra, and my sister and I teach beginners how to start and grow affiliate marketing businesses to create passive income online. We also share other side hustle ideas because we know the importance of having multiple streams of income these days. So if you're interested in that, you should definitely consider subscribing and turning on the notifications because you don't want to miss any of our upcoming videos teaching you different ways to make money online. Okay. So a few weeks ago, we created a video teaching you exactly how to create low content books to sell on Amazon KDP using a software called BookBolt. Now that video was a big hit, but we wanted to take it a step further and show you a new software that BookBolt came out with called PuzzleWiz. PuzzleWiz is super cool because you can easily create word scramble books, Sudoku books, crossword puzzle books. Pretty much any puzzle that you can think of, you can create it with PuzzleWiz. PuzzleWiz is really going to take your low content book creation up a notch and really streamline your book creation. So let's get into today's video. In today's video, we are going to be doing another BookBolt tutorial. And this time it's all about how you can create a low content puzzle book like this in BookBolt. And you can upload this to Amazon KDP or wherever you want to sell your book. If you want to follow along with our tutorial, make sure you get BookBolt using our code TwinkieHustle. You'll get a special Black Friday deal and you'll have access to it for life. So when you use our code, you'll get 20% off of this code. This deal won't last long, so you want to make sure you get it right now and so you don't miss out. You can find the link to this page in our bio. With BookBolt Pro, you can get access to PuzzleWiz, and that's what we're going to be using for this tutorial today. BookBolt is a website that you can use to create and design no content and low content books to sell on platforms like Amazon KDP. They have great resources that allow you to do research and market analysis to find the best types of books to create and sell on Amazon KDP. You can use their drag and drop editor to create awesome book designs and their PuzzleWiz to create and design activity books. So now we're going to log into our BookBolt account. When you log in, it'll bring you to this page. For more information on how to use these tabs over here and to learn how to do market research, come over here and click webinars for more in-depth information. Right now, we are going to walk you through creating an activity book with PuzzleWiz. So let's get right to it. To get to PuzzleWiz, we're going to click this little man in the top right corner and click PuzzleWiz. Now we need to log in using our BookBolt Pro membership credentials. Now keep in mind, you can only use the PuzzleWiz platform if you are subscribed with a Pro BookBolt account. When you log into PuzzleWiz, this is the page you will see, and you can choose from all of these different types of puzzles on the side. For this example, we're going to create a word scramble puzzle book. Once you choose the puzzle, you can edit all of your settings. This is what the settings will look like, and we're going to go through all of those right now. For the bleed, we're going to leave this as the default because that's just the standard setting. And for the size, we want to choose 6x9. And then for page style, we want to leave this as double-sided. For the number of pages, we want to make ours 20 pages long. Keep in mind that the number of pages will double if you decide that you want to include solutions. Next, you can choose any font that you like, and you'll be able to see the example right here. Now let's talk about these settings below. This one right here, use random words or sentences if my file's not meeting the requirements. This means that the program will add content if you did not fill the file out properly. And we're going to show you how to properly fill that out in a minute. We don't want to keep this checked because we don't want them adding anything for us. Next, you can decide if you want to include the solutions for your puzzles. And then this one right here is if you want the puzzle page number to match the solution page number. And then this is just for numbering the pages. Just play around with these to see what they would look like. After you choose all of your settings for your book, you want to click this link that says example file. This will show you how you need to format the content of your book. And this example, this is showing us exactly how to group and format our words for our word scramble puzzle. You'll notice that there are these spaces, and that just means that this group of words is for one page. If we come back here, we can see that for our 6x9 book, we can have at least, or at most, 50 words per page. So I'm going to make sure that when I figure out my words, I'm going to group them by 50s. For word scramble, we need to enter our words in an Excel or Google Sheets document that will be saved as a CSV file. A great way to find content for a word scramble book is to go to a random word generator website like randomwordgenerator.com. So you can just pick the number of words you want to generate. And since we have to do it by groups of 50, we can just pick them 50 at a time. That's also the maximum amount you can put in here. You can choose the type of words you want. And you can even pick the type of first letter or last letter. Here you can choose the length of the words by syllables or letters. And I want the words to be longer than 3 letters. And you can do that by just clicking this drop down and clicking greater than and typing in 3. And you'll notice that none of these words are smaller than 3. Once you have your words, make sure they're formatted like that example file that we saw. And here you can see that break at the 50. You want to make sure you have that so you know exactly how many pages. Once you have your words, make sure they're formatted like that example that we saw. So here you can see we have them broken up by 50. So we'll have 20 pages of 50 words. So now we can go ahead and save this to our computer. And once it's saved, you can come over to PuzzleWiz and select the file. Select it and then open it. And then you can see it'll start loading. After you wait for it to download, you will see your document ready here in green. And you can click this link right here and it'll take you to your PDF version of your game book insert. It will look something like this. Right here, we can see the amount of pages that it is total. And it's 41 pages because it is containing our solutions, which it'll be right here. Here's the solutions page. There's one extra page because the solutions has its own cover page. And these are what the solutions look like. If you ever need help with how to create these game books, you can come right here to tutorials, and there's a tutorial for every type of puzzle book you can make. So this is pretty cool. These are all of the different tutorials that you can check out. Now we can go ahead and create the cover for our new book. I like to create the cover after I create the interior because I know exactly how many pages I need. And again, you can check that right here. We need 41 pages. To create the cover, we want to go back to BookBolt and click this person icon and go down to BookBolt Designer. Now we just need to log in. And once we log in, we'll be brought to a page that looks like this. On this panel, we're going to choose the settings for what we're creating. Since we've already created the interior, we're going to create a cover. For the trim size, that's just the size of the book that we chose before, 6x9. Our interior is going to be black and white, so we'll leave this as the default. Last, you can choose the number of pages for your book. From the previous step, we know that our book is going to be 41 pages. So I'll just pick 41. Make sure that we need to make sure that we have the right number of pages here, because that is going to determine the size of our binding. Then we're going to click submit, and then it's going to generate our cover. Now you have a blank book cover to create your design. You can also see all of the options over here available for you to design your book right in BookBolt. You can add text. You can drop in your own pre-designed images from sites like Canva. You can add shapes with all of these different shape options. And you can even draw in your own shapes. Now I'm going to show you how to create a simple design for a word scramble book. And it's okay if you don't have any design skills. You can just go to Google and type in word scramble. You can even come to Amazon. I actually like this book right here, so this is the one that I'm going to emulate my design off of. Now, keep in mind, we definitely don't want to copy. I'm just taking notes from things that I like, and I'm going to emulate it in my book. So again, I just want to say I'm using this as inspiration, and I am definitely not going to copy this. So now I'm going to start by choosing my background color. And I want my background to be a really nice dark color. And I can choose my color by clicking the product color right here. If you want to really customize the color, you just click this right here where the hex code is, and you can just move this around wherever you want. I want mine to be a really nice dark purple. Just like that. Now I want my background to have a lot of letters. So I'm going to do that by clicking text and then choosing a font. And I like this font right here. And then I can resize it to whatever size I like. Now I'll just go ahead and type the alphabet. And for future reference, if you want to resize your fonts, you just click this little arrow right here at the bottom right, and you can resize it to any size that you like. I think this is a pretty good size right here. Now, it doesn't matter where I put this, because one of my favorite features of BookBolt is the ability to create patterns. And you can do that by coming up here to this upper right corner and clicking this icon that says patterns. And I'm going to go ahead and choose a horizontal bricks repeat. And it creates this really cool pattern design. To take this a step further, I want this to really pop. So I'm going to make each section of the pattern a different color. One thing to note is it's really tricky to edit the individual sections because each one of these are locked. And to unlock them, we can come over here to layers, and then you just click these little lock icons, and that'll lock each of these, and we'll be able to click them. So this is tedious, but we just want to come down and unlock each of these. Okay, now that they're all unlocked, we can select them individually and change the colors. And after we change the colors, we want to make sure we come back over here and relock them so we don't ruin our design. To change the color, you just click the section. You just come up here to this icon, fills option, and you can choose any color that you like. And again, to really customize the color, you just click this for the hex code and you can move it around. So now I'm going to go ahead and choose the colors. Now that I have it colored exactly how I like, I'm going to go ahead and come through and relock all of these so I don't ruin my design. The next step is adding a space for the title of our book. And I can do that by coming over to shapes and then choosing a simple square. Now I'm going to make this as big as I need to fit my title. And again, to resize, we just click this little arrow icon on the bottom right. What I'm doing now is just creating a framed box for the text of the title. Now, a little trick to get this centered pretty nicely, I want to click just right here in the gray area, and then I can click auto snap and make sure it's turned on. That'll help me get this centered as best as I can. You will still have to eyeball things though, because it's not exact. You can change the color of this by clicking this little circle up here in the top left corner, and we can pick any color that we want. I want this to be a really nice darker purple than the one that I already have in the background. I want it to be pretty dark because I want it to be clear that this is a border. I really want that border effect. Next, I'm going to put a smaller white box inside of this one, and that is where my text is going to go. I can do that by coming down here to this little gray square in the bottom left, and that'll just duplicate what I already created. To make it white, I'm going to come up to this color icon, and I'm going to click the hex code, and then select this white color. Now I need to resize this so that it's slightly smaller than the one behind it. And I can do that by coming over here to this arrow and resizing it. Now I can just move it so that it's in this right in the center, creating our border effect. Once I have it where I want it, I'm going to make sure that I go ahead and lock these. I do that by coming over to layers and then just locking these squares. Now we have a perfect space for our text. Next, I'm going to choose the text that I want for my title. And keep in mind, I'm still emulating this cover right here. I'm going to use this Pacifico font because it looks close to that cursive, and I really like that cursive text. I'm going to speed through this part so that it's not so tedious. Okay, now that I have this exactly how I like it, I feel like it needs one extra little touch, and I'm going to show you how I make a kind of 3D effect with the font. So to do that, I'm going to just duplicate the text here, and then I'll choose a different color, green for example, and then you just want to stagger it. And I'll do the same for puzzle. Oops. And you can use your arrow keys to move it ever so slightly. And now to make sure nothing happens to these layers, I'm going to go ahead and click lock. After your cover is complete and you're completely happy with it, you can come up here and click download, and it's going to take a little bit of time to prepare it. And then you click download again, and it'll save as a copy to your computer. And this is an example of what our book will look like. Now you will have a cover and an interior for your activity book. If you're looking for a place that you can sell these, We have another video that shows you exactly how to upload to Amazon KDP. So definitely check out that tutorial if you're interested in that and you haven't seen it already. And that brings us to the end of this tutorial. One thing I want to mention is that BookBolt does not offer this deal often. So you definitely want to make sure you get in on this because you will get the special price for life. To get this deal, you simply just click the link in our bio and type in our discount code Twinkie Hustle. That'll give you an additional 20% off the already discounted price. BookBolt has really been an invaluable resource because it really helps you create low content books that look professional and high quality. The best part is it doesn't take long to create books with BookBolt, and you can do this with little experience. It's literally that easy. If you thought this video was helpful, be sure to like this video and leave a comment about what you thought was most helpful. Also, be sure to subscribe because you don't want to miss any of our upcoming videos teaching you even more ways to make money online. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.